what versus how to talk. Because many times the challenges is the incident is bad, or the information is bad, or the way it was communicated or messaged was wrong, right? So more than the content, to the context, how we are telling and asking matters a lot. In many ancient scripts, this has been educated. It is not only just in the people skills, how to listen, how to talk, but definitely yes. I'm not giving anything new, which I'm trying to share what we understand makes sense. Even though the message may be bad, messaging should not be bad. The messaging should be balanced, right? Because when it asking a question, we trigger a ego, or we demonstrate our ego to others. When I say ego, or you put it as a self identity or self centric, okay, messages to others, that triggers the other person, okay. So then this conversation may not be good. So there is no right or wrong questions, but there are always a right or wrong way of asking a question. Sometimes when we ask a question, we put it very judgmental, okay, or sarcastic, or annoying, irritating, frustrating, challenging their skill, challenging their self identity, okay. So that has to change, okay. So how we are asking a question matters a lot. So ask out of the curiosity. Genuinely put your interest to understand it, their point of view or their perspective. Because the information, most of the time, what happens is what the images which I have been carrying, the other person has their understanding varies, right? More than the information, the perception varies. Because of that perception, everyone's point of view, or it is a opinion, or the response or reactions is changing. So with that context, ask the question trying to understand it. That's what Bhagavad Gita, when Arjuna, when Krishna trying to explain it, then he asked, Krishna, you have been telling good things, but for me, I couldn't understand. Could you help me to understand in better way? So put the questions again and again, but without irritating the other person. So out of the curiosity and genuine interest and listening, right? So that actually helps the other person to lead the conversation and interact with us very well. And we also keeping the I should dissolve, right? So here, who is right will not give importance. We'll give importance to what is right. With the what is right and how to ask a question. Okay. The next one is asking a question the same way, telling the information. More than what we tell is how we tell matters a lot. We may be telling a good things, but not in the way it has to be communicated. So in a Tamil literature called the Tirukural, so written by Thiruvalluvar, I'll just mention this. Muhattan amarந்து இனிது நோக்கி அகத்தானாம் இன்சொல் அக்தேயரம். முகத்தான் அமர்ந்து இனிது நோக்கி ahattanam insol adeyaram. What it means is, when you talk to others, don't in rush in hurry when we are communicating. So I'm not talking about in a critical situation, but majority of the personal life situation or professional life. Take your time and sit and see the face to face. When you see the face to face, don't look like a judgmental look, right? I may not be looking correctly, but it's not the judgmental way. So look them, not stare at them, look them softly and gently. So through the eyes, because sometimes the face have a happy face, but the eyes are very starry and it is kind of a frustrating, furious. But he tells, see softly and gently with empathy. This is very, very important. The empathy, see through the empathy. The reason why we want to look into their eyes, the reason is their emotions and their perspective, you can understand it better and you can connect and communicate to the brain and their body language, so that what you are telling is helping them or not. So does this make sense to the context, right? So that will help. And when we tell it in a constructive way. He didn't say that it's very positively always do a sugar coated. No, do it in a constructive way. There are times when we have to be very assertive when we are having a responsibility, like it is a police officers or military people or the teachers. Sometimes we need to control the crowd, so control the larger group of people. So for that, how best we can do it in assertive communication, that has to be there. Not every time it's a very softly we have to speak. Okay, to the context we have to. So what we are talking, rather than how we are talking, how we are asking the questions, how we are telling the information matters a lot. That understanding helps to lead a happy life. See you on the next video.